Hello again. Welcome back to Fashion Illustration Tribe. I'm so glad you've come again. And we got to do a lot more of these vlogs because every time I sit down to go do one, I get scared because I could talk for an hour. There's so many things I want to say, and I want to keep these short and to the point. So I would love if you would comment here and let me know what you'd like to know. I love speaking about creativity, about fashion design process, about art supplies and tools, techniques, all that stuff. Whatever's bugging you, whatever you need, let me know. And I'd love to talk about it. So today I thought I'd talk about art supplies because it's a funny thing. I have a grandfather who was a prominent industrial designer, and he always told my mom, and she always told me the same, that you need good supplies. You really need good supplies to do good work. And it's so true. And at the same time, it's true that they need to be good. They don't necessarily need to be expensive. That took me some time to learn. Because when I was in school, I would spend $40 and save up for one paintbrush and $10 for a tube of paint. I could still do that today. I don't, because I don't need to. Because now that I know what a good quality feels like, I can recognize it when I find a less expensive option. It's not bad to have the expensive option. The great thing is I never want materials to get in the way of you being able to express yourself. Some things you can skimp on, some things you can't, and those are things I really want to clarify. So one thing that's really fundamental is to have good colored pencils. And I will recommend Prismacolor. They come in sets of many sizes, but the point is I have kids. And over the years, we bought a lot of colored pencils from a lot of places, or were gifted colored pencils from the toy store, the drugstore, whatever. There's no comparison to those colored pencils with real artist pencils. These ones come in a tin. And just want to show you, I don't have a cheap, let's use a worse word. Some colored pencils, they're pencils and they're colored. You'll notice usually you have to press really hard to get the color to show up, and it never gets very bright. Kind of like crayons. Crayons can be that way. They're not very bright, kind of waxy. But these colored pencils, Prismacolor Premier, okay, Prismacolor now has several grades, including a student grade, which I haven't tested yet. So it might be great, but I'm not going to tell you about it because I haven't tried it yet. But this is the Prismacolor colored pencils. I'm using it on a paper that's cold pressed. Cold pressed means that the paper has like a grittiness to it, which is great for fashion because so many of our fabrics, I'm looking in the camera here, I mean, even my skin has like this soft, fuzzy feeling to it that gritty paper will always communicate so well. So look at this here. I have a super light purple, and then I can press harder and harder and get all the way to full-on opacity. And that's why we love Prismacolor. Just one of the many reasons. Another great thing is that you can blend. So as I'm putting white over this, it's turning into like a lilac color, and it's smoothly blending into a new color. I could probably show you this stuff more close up. Okay, but it's, oh, there's all kinds of prizes hanging there. So that's what's great about Prismacolor. But secondly, I will never recommend that you illustrate in colored pencil. That doesn't mean that that was pointless what I just told you. Colored pencils are amazing, but I always use them over a wet background. So, example, even if you look up on the wall at some of these illustrations, they're all done in full gouache watercolor, and then I work colored pencils on top of that. And these Prismacolor colored pencils are the perfect quality for layering over gouache. It's a delight. Especially, it's one thing in a sketchbook on sketch paper, which is thinner. You paint, you let the paint dry, and then if you have to add like a plaid or a pattern, or if you want to put makeup over the skin tone, if you want to draw on an earring or something, using these colored pencils over a painted flat tone is divine. And when you use the Bristol or watercolor paper, it's even more amazing. On Sketchbook, everything looks a little thinner and kind of more wrinkly, but when you work on the Bristol paper, you get a really rich color. Especially look at my illustration. It's on my website as well, but with the blue background there. A rich gouache watercolor with vibrant colored pencil on top. All of these prints have been worked out. All these prints on the wall using gouache with colored pencils on top. So if you're going to make an investment, you know, they're not super cheap, but the Prismacolor colored pencils, I fully recommend. This is $24. You could get less to get started because, like I told you, you can blend your colors. So if you need a white, a very light pink, you can just use white and mix a little bit of red on top of it. You don't have to have every single color. You don't need the 500 color set. That's the 24 color set's great. 48, pretty nice too. But if you just get the rainbow, good. Start with these good pencils because they will be your standard for what a good pencil is. Now we're already 6 minutes in. I don't want to take too much of your time. So I'm going to stop right here and create a second video today talking about gouache and opaque watercolors. Because like I said, I don't recommend working colored pencils all by themselves ever because they always take on this kind of dry, gritty look where the white paper is always showing through. But if you paint first, you'll get this fluid background that really looks like fabric. So I'm going to put up a second video today and I'm going to talk to you a little about paintbrushes and some of my favorite affordable paints that I totally recommend that you get to have a blast. So I'll see you on the next video, I hope. Please subscribe to my email list on the blog, www.fashionillustrationtribe.com. I'm always looking to make new videos to answer your questions. I have a premium coaching course where I can meet with you by Skype and really not only take you through my 12 lessons in my 12-week program, but I can also meet with you, look at your work, answer your questions personally. But I also have a more affordable 12-week and 6-week classes where you can get started. You can ask questions. You get a little less one-on-one with me, but you will get a lot of feedback as well because honestly, I enjoy that part so much, I can't help myself. So there's lots of space for asking questions and building community within your classroom, as well as our Facebook group that you would be admitted in once you're signed up with one of the courses. So anyway, it's great to meet you if it's our first time. If it isn't, it's great to see you again. And I hope you come over to the website. You can also subscribe here on YouTube, but there's a lot more happening on the website than on YouTube. Anyways, enjoy your colored pencils. Bye.